With Porsche, it's absolutely all about the optional extras. This Porsche Cayenne Coupe, and that's the variant of this car, has thankfully got all the right ones ticked and more. The biggest one being, I would say, the lightweight sports design package. Includes different wheels, a different interior, more carbon fibre, more Alcantara, basically exactly what you want in a car like this. The vehicle's just arrived in stock with us today, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look around the car, the condition of it, and all the specification. Now the reason this car looks so good is, as we mentioned, the options. The first one you'll notice are the 22-inch alloy wheels, and these are part of the lightweight sports design package we spoke about. Other features of just that one specific option, it's basically a big pack, a bundle of specification you could say that comes with loads and loads of different things. Carbon fibre roof is one of them. As we move to the front of the vehicle, you'll also notice this car looks a little bit different because it's got something that, well, not actually a Porsche optional extra, but it's one that's very popular and very well renowned in the car community, and that is the Maxton designed splitter kit. It's got a full kit with the front splitter being very, very aggressive, adding, well, a double splitter almost to the front of the car. The side skirts and the rear also consists of gloss black Maxton design magic. Now the front of the vehicle has also, as well as the Maxton, got a few more optional extras, one being the PDLS Plus headlights, and these are in black. I think the colour scheme works so well with all these accents in black, the carbon fibre, and then the Maxton design to match it. It works so well, and it just makes the car look classy but also aggressive, because it can be. It's powered by a 2.9 litre turbo petrol engine, and these cars are very, very quick, but also they can be really sensible and very comfortable when you want them to be. Of course, they do ride on air suspension, which is adjustable in this case, all from within the cockpit just inside. The Cayenne is the biggest Porsche model you can get, though as we touched on, this is the coupe version, so it's what a lot of people would say is the more sporty looking version of the Cayenne, and I would tend to agree with that. I think the other model, equally a fantastic looking car, but this example just has the edge for me personally anyway. 2 seats in the front with 2 seats in the rear, hidden behind privacy glass, and another optional extra, you wouldn't think it, privacy glass, but this is noise insulating and thermal insulating. I mean, if the sun is shining on you, you won't really feel it. And also when you're inside with the windows up, you don't get any road noise, or very little to speak of. It's certainly very well reduced. Now the inside of this car is magnificent with the houndstooth interior, a really, really classic retro and iconic interior to have on a Porsche. Of course, that is balanced with the rear seat entertainment, another optional extra, 4-zone climate control, and even rear heated seats, all individual optional extras. I'm going to try and list as many as I can, but there's a massive, massive list with this car. And as we go around, there's going to be things you've seen that are optional extras, and that's what makes this car such a fantastic example. Now, as well as the Maxton design, this car's got carbon fibre on the front and rear. We touched on it having the carbon fibre roof, but also just these little points here from factory are finished in carbon fibre with the first option we spoke of. Cayenne badging in chrome, which I like, retains the classy look. And of course, you've got the gloss black Maxton here, and also just here. Quad tailpipes sit below, and these cars sound insane. As I mentioned, you've got different dial modes, and having the sports steering wheel, you can switch it on the steering wheel itself from Sports, Sport Plus, and you've even got a little power button. Push that and it gives you a burst of power, so a really cool feature. The reason you buy a car like this is probably for the space, but also the performance it comes with. You'll find inside a massive amount of space. Now the condition, as you can probably tell, is genuinely exceptional. The car's done just over 70,000 miles, but not that that's high at all. It doesn't look like it's done that kind of mileage at all. Even the interior matches that with the rubber boot lining to protect the carpet mats underneath, which are indeed unmarked. You can actually raise and lower the vehicle from the boot itself as well, because as we mentioned, this car is on air suspension, and it is, in this case, adjustable. This example's on a 69 plate, but it's actually 2020 registered, so it is a 2020 example, as we said, on a 69 plate. And just to re-emphasize once again, the condition of this car is genuinely fabulous, even down to things like stone chips. Of course, at 70,000 miles, you couldn't expect an odd one, but on this example, there are so few to speak of. It has been absolutely cherished. Wheels unmarked, Pirelli tyres all around, as you would expect. And the interior, let's move to the driver's cockpit and just highlight the condition of that. Now we're inside the vehicle. The 18-way adjustable seats, of course an optional extra, are exceptionally comfortable. Memory function for the driver, memory function for the passenger as well. And don't forget, the fronts are heated, but also the rears are as well. Above head, you've got Alcantara headlining as well, which is very nice. Part of the optional extra we first touched on. And the condition, as you could tell guys, the leather is all in fabulous order. 70,000 miles this car, as I've said, does not look like that at all. Not that it's high mileage for a car of this caliber. Now the screen is, well, it's something that Porsche have done very well. So it's got all the modern features and things you would expect: reverse park camera, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, etc. But they've done it really nicely because you've still got the manual buttons and dials that sit just below. For example, the climate control you can adjust with a push of buttons like so. You've then got shortcuts to the things on the screen. So Porsche haven't gone all too digital at this age. They've kept a nice balance, and I really do think that's cool. And I think it's something a lot of people value. Of course, your sports stopwatch just in the centre there with the red second-hand ticking round finishes the look of the car off. Alcantara wheel, which is heated, and on the Porsches, to activate that, it's actually hidden behind there. I spoke on the sports mode dial being on the steering wheel, and that's one of the coolest features I think of this car. Such a small thing, maybe it's something you get used to over time, but I always think it's a really nice thing to have, and you switch it around like that. And that little button there, you push that and it gives you a burst of power. So we'll switch the car on, give it some revs, and just highlight the difference the sport mode really makes, because of course it's got a valved sports exhaust this, so you put it in sports mode, it gets louder, put it in sports plus, even louder again. So guys, that was a quick look around the Porsche Cayenne. Sounds incredible, and you'll notice the different in tones from the different modes. We started in normal, went to sports, and then sports plus, which is of course the loudest. If you would like any more information on this vehicle at all, the car's just arrived in stock with us here today and is genuinely presented in fabulous condition with an equally impressive service history to back it up. If you'd like any more information, you'd like to come and view the vehicle, please get in touch today. Me or any of the team would be more than happy to help. My name is Will. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.